Entrepreneur Power Hour. We have Josh, Chris, and Cindy, and me, and we're talking about the values that really matter to you at the end of the day. So I just want to preface it with what's really in your heart and what are you really looking to do in this world other than create an income. Go ahead, guys. It's all you.
Okay, I would like to build relationships with people, make friends, and learn about different people and what they want to do, what their passions are, and how I can help them.
Totally agree with that. That's actually the fastest way to make money too, is by building relationships. As far as what I'm concerned, in my experience in the business world, is and I think even there's a famous book. I've read too many books that they blend in my mind now, but there's a book that says the fastest way to get what you want is to get everybody around you what they want and get paid to do it. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I think the more people you connect with and the more people you help out, the bigger your network gets and the more connections you make, so the more people will take an interest in what you're doing, provided they have an interest in it themselves and provided they want to go the same direction you're going in. So, what do you guys think?
I agree with what you just said, Chris. That's true. They need to be going in the same direction. Then they'll want to connect with you.
Yeah. Kareem, what about you?
I think it's, for me, is bringing you guys together, bringing different talents together. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, even though maybe it doesn't work the way I want sometimes. It's still a life-changing experience.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that if we come together as much as possible and we help as many people as possible, that we're going to touch many lives and change lives. That's the goal of our show, and I've had a lot of fun doing this as well and meeting different people from different entrepreneurial backgrounds. Our friend Josh Bendowski here is world-renowned, and he's been all over the world, traveled many different places, and I'm interested to hear more from you, Josh, and the different connections you've made with people and what really matters to you at the end of the day, Josh.
So one thing that has contributed to tremendous success in my life is networking, and that's what we're doing here. This is phenomenal, and you don't even know it. You never know who you're going to meet, and so I do a lot of networking, and I do shake your hand networking. And so I'll just tell you a brief story. I met a fellow at a tiny little networking lunch with 7 people. There were 7 people at this restaurant, and it was every week, and we went and met. And I only saw this guy 3 times because then he went off and was doing something else, and I was doing something else, and so I stayed in that group for a little while. And the first project I did with that guy was very small, a couple $100. The next project I did was several thousand. The next project I did was even more than that. And then that ended up being the client who flew me to Tokyo and to Dubai. And so you just never know who you're going to meet. Like we say right now, this is a small group, but you never know. The connections that you make inside a small, concise environments, you never know. You never know where they're going to take you. So and at the end of the day, well, at the end of the day, what makes you happy? I got children, okay? 4 of them, beautiful little girls, and then 1 son. And at the end of the day, I just want to give them everything. You know, I got a real big dream that I want to give them. And so, yeah, at the end of the day, I want them to be happy. And so that's what I do.
Awesome. That's really cool, man. I guess when you got kids, it kind of changes things, and you learn what's really important when you have to provide for children, because they rely on you for everything. Well, you and your wife, I guess, and they
absolutely.
Yeah, they rely on you guys for everything. So I think that gives people a lot of motivation to do well when they've got kids.
Yes.
I've got animals to take care of, so it's kind of the same thing. You know, I got to make sure that I've got a home for my animals, and
right.
Yeah, so it's I understand exactly where you're coming from in that regard. And what about you, Kareem or Cindy?
Well, just like you, Chris, I have had kids. I had human kids. I still do, but they're all grown up and out of the house. But now, so now I have pet kids. My 2 cats, and my 1 dog. Yes. We have
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. What about you, Kareem?
I have a bunch of birds. You can sometimes hear them in the background, but eventually, well, I'd like to have kids, and I'd like to get this power hour, rolling, so I can spend my time with them instead of being in an office.
Yeah, I think that would be good too.
How many kids do you think you'd like to have, Kareem?
10.
Oh,
10?
good luck with that. You'll be adopting some, because I don't think that a girl will want to have all those kids.
That's a lot.
If I didn't know enough, I could split it up, maybe.
Kareem, your microphone's way too loud. You got the volume up way too high.
Sorry, that's because it was cutting in. But yeah, maybe I could split it up. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I didn't really pick a number.
2's a good number. 2 or 3.
10, he says.
That's a lot.
You're not coming to my house if you have 10 kids. I'm sorry.
You can come to my house. I'll put some toys out.
Josh. Yeah, well, you've already got 4, so what's 10 more, right? That's 14.
Exactly. Might as well.
Hey, you could have your own hockey team.
What?
You could have your own hockey team.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not far off from it. You could have your own sports team.
Oh, boy. So, Josh, what have you been, when you travel all around the world, I mean, what are some connections you've made with people? What would have been some of the most powerful?
It's a large question. I mean, I'm connected internationally, with lots of people and in lots of different places. And the cool thing about that is when you get a business idea that's scalable, you've already got people in different parts of the world that can start, making sales or become your sales force way. And so, I mean, I've just got, I don't know how powerful my connections international are meeting. And so connections are everything. It's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that just becomes cemented in my mind every day with what I do. So yeah, it's connections are the best thing. And one thing that I have found to be one of the biggest assistances in my life is to work with people who are older than you and have done things before. They have proven the road before you. Like I was just in a meeting the other day, and this guy told me I had this product, right? And I was thinking of different ways to get it into the market faster than it's going, and it's going pretty good now. But and I sat in this meeting with this guy, and he had done something similar about 10 years ago, and he had built a huge company with this similar concept. And he was giving me pieces of information that I can't even tell you. I remember sitting in the meeting and saying, Brent, I would have never thought of this. And he said, well, it took me like 5 years to think about it, and I was doing this thing, And so inside of a 4-hour meeting, I mean, he gave me years and years worth of valuable, extremely valuable information in embarking on this concept. And so, I mean, if you can find somebody who's done something before you, if you can find somebody who's kind of proven the way, take them to lunch, buy them lunch, spend time with them, because that will greatly increase your knowledge base.
Yeah, I agree with that, Josh. I think the more people you work with that have done it before you, you're going to have a lot more ideas to bounce off of each other, and they're going to be able to give you sound advice when it comes to your career, even life choices that you make when you learn from. There's a lot to be learned from older people, and I find it very inspiring to be able to have older people on our show and to find out what they've been doing and what ways they've been successful or failed, because failure does equal success because you just do it differently next time, right? So
absolutely.
So I think that I've learned a lot from different people we've had on the show here that are older than myself, and I love learning from older people. What do you feel about that, Kareem?
I actually And I turn my mic down. I actually agree because a lot of the people that like have talked to me about experiences I haven't had, like their kids growing up or having a business, losing a business, starting a business, doing all that type of stuff, and I'm just in these like stages where I'm starting some of these things. Also, one person I started working who's a little bit older than me is Troy, right, Josh?
I do know Troy.
Yeah, I started working with him. Great dude, and he's had the experiences I want to have business wise. So I definitely am looking forward to learning from that. So
Yeah, that's great.
I think it comes down to what you really want to do and who do you really want to be. And if you look at older folks who have been where you've been, that's the best place to go seek mentorship.
Absolutely.
At least that's what I'd say.
And they can change your life. I mean, a mentor, a good quality mentor, can be the difference between success and failure.
Yes, I agree. What about you, Cindy? Have you liked working with people younger or older than yourself more?
I like to work with all ages of people. I think I like, it's good to work with to learn from older people, but I like a variety of age groups. Like middle age, and that's what I like.
Yeah, myself, I know that I like it when I meet somebody that's younger than me as well, that's kind of already done it, maybe been doing it longer than me. I'm not sure if Josh is older or younger than me. I'm 35, so I don't know how old Josh is.
Yeah, I'm 32. So
Yeah,
you got me.
that's inspiring to me as well, that I've met somebody younger than me that's been all around the world already. That's crazy. I can't wait to be able to travel like that and do that myself. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and that's another thing I really enjoy is the fact that when we do this show, we're doing something that nobody else is doing on the internet. I've been told by a lot of people that nobody on YouTube has a channel like this, and it really surprises me that there's not more people getting in front of the camera and hosting a show where they can have a platform for entrepreneurs to come together and mastermind. That's really, but I mean, that's good for us because then we don't have much competition out there, right? So
Right.
I think it works well. If we're the only ones doing this, then hey, that makes it a lot easier for us, I would say. What do you think,
Yeah.
Josh?
Yep. Absolutely, man.
Yes, you don't have as much competition.
Yeah.
The competition is not really a bad thing. Competition, it can be just as helpful as it is bad.
Yeah, because it keeps you motivated, right? So.
Yeah, it just keeps you. It keeps the sword sharp. I mean, it keeps you thinking about staying on top. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that if the more people you have that you're working with also makes a big difference. When you've got a team of people working with you, it's obviously essential. You got to have people working together towards the same goal, and it makes it happen a lot easier for you. I would definitely have to agree with that. And I know that we've got a lot of good people here, and we have a lot of good people who come on our show, and they've inspired me to keep going, and they've helped me learn a lot about what it takes to be successful as well. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about you, Kareem? Kareem, you're muted. Can he hear us? Kareem?
It looks like he's thinking about something.
Well, something's wrong with his internet. What about you, Cindy?
Well, what did you ask now? Like, what else what did you want to know now?
I wanted to know how many people you've learned from in your journey so far. What kinds of people you've...
Oh, okay. Well, I've learned. Let's see. I I would say about 4 or 5 people. I've from when I was in mentoring for free. I learned from Marcia and Brian Redding, and I've learned from you guys. You know, you all have different ideas and things, and so those are, you know, I've learned from all you guys too.
Awesome, thank you. I know that along the way when we did mentoring for free and stuff, there was a lot of times when I had said to myself, you know, that we need our own brand. We need to be branding ourselves and our own ideas, because when you're working on the internet, it's important to stand out from the crowd and to be unique. And I know that when Kareem and I came together, we had this idea. Well, why don't we start a YouTube show? So why don't we start a YouTube show and talk about different things that entrepreneurs can benefit from? And most of what we do is talk about is personal development. We talk about things that can help people if they're struggling. We talk about things that can help people in their business, their personal life. And I know Kareem and I have had a lot of discussions about what we believe will offer people value. And Josh, what do you think about the show here and what we do? What's your thoughts on what we're doing?
I think it's cool. You know, I think you got a good system here, and I just know based on personal experience that coming together in groups like this and masterminding, and that's what I call it, and that's a proven system. You know, that's a proven system for success. The more people you get on board, the more people you get coming to the show, it just gets better. You get better nuggets of ideas, you know, like I don't know what businesses you guys are all working on. I don't think we mentioned that yet, but I just think that, and I actually am a part of several paid memberships that are relatively expensive to be a part of these things, where CEOs come together and they kind of brainstorm the problems and maybe some different solutions. And they have ideas, or they've been through something. Like my friend, you know, 10 years ago he had done something very similar to this, you know, and you just when you sit down and you talk things through with other, you know, professionals or just even other people, it really, I mean, it makes a difference. You never know what you're going to learn. You know, you don't know what you don't know, and somebody else may have experienced it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. That's why I think it's so important that we have people from all different entrepreneurial backgrounds on the show, because they're going to be able to bring fresh ideas, fresh insights, and fresh skills into what maybe someone else on the show is doing. And I know that the more people we hear from, the more I learn as well. And I think that's why it's so vital that I know I want to continue doing this as long as possible, as long as I'm physically alive. And this is what we've chosen to do. And we're also writing books together, and we've got a radio show now that we're doing. So, Kareem, you've been muted for a while. Do you have any insights you want to add?
Yeah, don't have a bird while you're in a hangout. No. I think my insight is, as I want to reach as many mediums as I can, like you're saying, books, podcasts for sound. I'm going to start making courses and products, and I have a membership site. I just want to add more content to it so it's worth it. But definitely once I get that rolling, I think this will get even more rolling, because people can grab my content at any time they get inspired. I'm sure they'll jump on this, and I'll have a pretty good community going.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
You don't think you want to get into MLM, you guys, again? You don't think you want to join? You think you want to just keep doing this and not do
Well,
MLM?
I think that I know personally from experience with being in other companies, I think I'm better off being a life coach and a personal development coach and doing this YouTube show and writing books. I mean, I don't know if I want to get into selling health products again, because it was not easy to convince people to try products. And when you're offering something like personal development, and you're offering somebody that kind of help, and you're raising their confidence, you're helping them get better at what they're doing, you're helping them spiritually, mentally, I think that's a way bigger reward than giving somebody supplements. People want to buy happiness. They don't want to, in my experience, they don't want to buy supplements. And I haven't had a lot of success in health and wellness as far as selling products. Like I used to sell these, you know, to people.
Right.
And it didn't really, I mean, I take them myself, but it wasn't really working, and I just don't know if I ever want to get back into trying to sell health products. I'd rather do this, and this is real value to me. We're offering real value here. We're giving people a chance to come on a live broadcast and get their ideas heard and get themselves out there, as well as be part of the panel and join the Entrepreneur Power Hour membership. So those people are going to get bigger and bigger, and anyone we have on our radio podcast, it's going to have a residual effect as well. And I think this is a lot more rewarding work. It's a lot more fulfilling. And I know once I'm a certified life coach with Pay Me What I'm Worth, that's what I want to do, I think. What about you, Kareem?
Okay, I'm not against MLM or network marketing, but I will say if you don't have a following from something else, or you don't have like a really current good following, it seems to be kind of an uphill battle in a sense, where I don't want people really to be, not necessarily, don't take this the wrong way, inspired by the products. I want them to be like, I trust Kareem, so whatever he's doing, then they'd be interested. So it's kind of an automatic thing as opposed to trying to build a following. I'd rather brand me, brand what I'm doing, and get the power hour, get people to trust me, and then say, hey, I have this company, I have this product, and maybe facilitate it through Pay Me What I'm Worth and through the membership site. But I'm not going to do it like I did before, where I was just sending out messages and letters and blasting links. I'm not against advertising, but I have to do it a different way this time.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that it's very important that you have that following from the very beginning, and you have connections and people that want to work with you. And I know that my mom really loved the products. I know that a couple of friends of mine really loved the products, but they were too expensive, and people didn't like the idea of auto ship and having to buy something every month, or they would lose their perks points and all that other stuff. So there's just a lot of things in the business model that I really didn't appreciate, and I found the company to be very greedy, as well as not offering a refund policy on any products that weren't working for people. I didn't like that either. I think if someone doesn't want to take a product or they don't like a product, they should be able to get a full refund. Well, the company I was working in did not offer that, and there's very few out there that do, and I think that's going to provide a huge problem to future health and wellness companies if they follow that same business model. They're going to run into a lot of problems if they're not going to offer full refunds. What do you think, Josh?
Unmute here. Am I unmuted? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, buddy.
Okay. So I want to just transition real quick and talk about what you said initially, personal development.
Go for it.
That's a booming industry. I have several very large clients in that industry, and one of my clients, he made, in the last 5 years, he's made over $8 million. And he did it and he talks about this on his stage, that he started with 4 people in a room for free. And he was just teaching them personal development, but he stuck to the game, and he made it happen. And then I got another client that I'm working with right now, and he's got something interesting on the lines of personal development. He's created a invitation-only personal development mentorship site where you can go on and get access to free. You can join for free. You get access for free to this site, and I'll put a link right here. You can go through my membership, but it's totally. Oh, whoops! I got this wrong one. But it's totally free, and you can listen to seminars from like Les Brown and other big seminar people that people pay real money to go see. And it's free, you know what I mean? And so this other guy, we're talking, we're in communication right now about, I mean, you guys, I don't know how many of you know my skill sets, but depending on if he has enough budget, I'll make him bigger than Tony Robbins, you know what I mean? And so we're in discussions now on that front, but right now there's just a totally free tool there. You can listen to, high-end people that get paid, like Les Brown. He gets paid, I don't know how much he makes a seminar. And even my friend, my client Kurt Duncan, who's a big success here, will take you there. And so personal development is a proven billion-dollar industry. Now MLM is an industry that has an 80% failure rate, right? That means if I was to sign up all 4 of you people in this the chat here, statistically all 4 of you are going to fail, And if there was 7 of us on this thing, statistically all 7 of us would fail, right? And if there was 8 of us on this thing, statistically, all 8 of us are going to fail, okay? And so network marketing, MLM, has a glitch in the system. Now, one of my clients, Tracy, had a solution to that, and we're looking at revitalizing that, but it was a solution. You know, it was a solution. And other than that, MLM, you know, is always going to be, without a solution, MLM will always be recruit or die, and it'll always have an 80% chance of people failing. So that's my take on MLM.
Yeah, I knew he was a good guy, but I think my question with that is, with MLM, because I've seen some people try and bypass like the hard work of getting people, and I hate to say, isn't that always going to be there, especially if you don't have a phone? Like I talked to Troy, and I really respect his views, and he said, look, yeah, you can make the money you want in sales or MLM or something, but you'll be, you know, banging the phone 8 hours a day, calling, cold calling. Like it's not just something where I like throw out some messages. It's calling, and then maybe one person stays, then they leave, and the retention rate's kind of hard. And at the end of the day, these aren't my products. I didn't create them. I didn't create the. Not saying they're bad. I think health and wellness is great, but I want to have something of my own value. I want to have the Entrepreneur Power Hour, pay me what I'm worth. Then say, as a supplement to that, pun intended, here is my supplement company. But yeah, I don't think you can bypass the hard work and get someone to recruit for you. I think you just have to, if you're going to do it like that, you have to go through the grind, which I don't know if that's the best idea. And I'm just speaking in generalities here.
Yeah, I agree with Josh and Kareem. As much as I like health and wellness products, I think it's a lot harder to sell products than it is to sell ideas and growth. And that's what personal development is. It's an idea of growth. It's an idea of possibility. It's an idea of improvement. It's an idea of evolution and collective consciousness and masterminding. And I think that's a lot easier to sell people than a supplement. And Cindy, what do you think about that? You say you like the health and wellness field. Can you tell us what some of your experiences with that have been?
Okay, well, it's just an interesting field to me, and because I have lots of health challenges myself, so I'm doing the ID Life Nutrition because it's customized nutrition, and so it fits each person individually, you know. And now, Chris, what I wanted to comment on is you were saying you thought that people thought that the It Works products were expensive. Did they really?
Yes.
You thought that they were? Did you think they were?
Yes, absolutely. And not only that, but in Canada, because they opened in Canada, I was paying double the price of what they were in the United States.
Oh, that's probably why you thought they were expensive. I see. Now, what do the products look like they work for you? They're right. You're taking 3 of those different supplements there. Are they working?
Yeah, I'd say they're working okay. I like the greens the best out of all of them.
That's what I like. Yes.
Yeah. But here's the problem. These products are not guaranteed, and you can't guarantee a product because a product is going to have different results with different people. So a company cannot say, this is guaranteed to do this. That's making a product claim. That's not legal. Companies can't sit there and say, this is guaranteed to do this, because nothing's guaranteed. Same thing with what we're doing with the show and with our personal development. We can't say this, we're guaranteeing this will change your life. And the reason we can't make that claim is because it's up to the individual who's coming on the show and who wants to be a part of our personal development class. They've got to make the commitment to become a better person. Would you agree, Josh?
You're mute here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about commitment. You can't change anybody that doesn't want to change. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a. And when it comes to MLM, it sounds like you're in MLM, Cindy.
Yes. What do you?
The thing is, you can build a huge business. I've got friends that are extremely successful. One of my clients is Lennon Ledbetter. I don't know if you've ever heard that name before, but he made over $70 million in Amway. And so, I mean, it can be done, but you got to build teams of people that are driven. And the reason why some people fail, most people fail, is because they get their mom and their brother and their cousin. when they should be finding another salesperson, right? A salesperson should go out and build a sales force, and then you'll be extremely successful. So you can. I've seen the model work.
And the other thing is, so we talked about how you don't have to always recruit people. You want people that will be customers.
Yeah, you do need
so
customers.
It's not all about recruiting, and you just have to find those people that are. There's something called attraction marketing too that Trevor Foster puts a program out, and Kareem, you said you know him. He teaches you how to connect with people online, and the Social Samurai. And you need there could be other people who are into there's health clubs, people like to get exercise and get fit, and they'd be interested in health and wellness. And I've always been very interested in things like sports medicine type things, and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I go and see a chiropractor because I have some problems. I have lots of, like I said, health challenges. So this, like Chris, you were saying, not every product helps everyone the same way. That's why what's good about ID Life is a customized nutrition, because it's you take a health assessment, and then then the company puts together what's going to be what you need.
Yeah, I'm familiar with ID Life's business model as well. I don't know if I'm interested in investing the money into it anymore. I invested over $3,000 into It Works, and I didn't even get half of what I invested back. So
I understand. Yeah, no, I understand completely for sure.
So I'm gonna have to. That's something I'm maybe looking into once we're making a lot of money with the channel and our books and pay me what I'm worth. That's where my focus is right now, is on those three things. I'm not opposed to any help. Like I said, I'm not opposed to ID Life or any other health and wellness company, but I feel that right now my main focus is on the Entrepreneur Power Hour, Pay Me What I'm Worth, and writing our books and doing our radio show. So that's
good. If that's what you're interested in, I know that's good. Which products are those that you're taking of It Works?
I'm taking the Confianza, which is an anti-stress formula. I've got the It's Vital Core Nutrition. I've got the It's Vital Minerals. I've got Regular, which helps with bowel health and all that stuff. I've got the New You, which is a hormone growth natural supplement. I've got Fat Fighter. I've got Ultimate ThermoFit. Yeah, so I mean, and I've got the greens, and I'm running out of greens, but no, I mean, It Works does have some decent products. There are some good products here, but like I say, a lot of people were not happy with having to pay the auto ship, especially distributors that I had under me. They weren't happy with having to pay $80 to qualify to get paid. That's ridiculous. If you're involved in a health and wellness company and you have a customer base, you should be getting commissions right off the bat. You shouldn't have to buy $80 worth of product to qualify to get paid. I thought that was bogus. I thought that was the most ridiculous concept in the world. And at the time, I was told, well, they have to know you're serious, and people were just filling my head with nonsense that, well, auto ship is necessary because without auto ship, people don't get paid. Well, that's a load of crap. And I know that to be true because there are certain health and wellness companies out there that do pay their distributors, and the distributors don't have to have an auto ship. They don't have to have a certain number of BVs or business volume points to qualify to get paid. So
I always thought, yeah, because I always had to have auto ship in my network marketing company, so I didn't know that, Because I'd been in some others before.
Yep. And Kareem, what did you think about It Works? You were in there as well with me. You were actually one of my top. Kareem was right underneath me. He was one of the first people I sponsored. Kareem.
I'm thinking It Works isn't bad. I don't know. I don't have a problem with It Works, but it's just not. It wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I leave it, because I'm not really interested in talking about It Works. The only thing I'll say is it wasn't my thing. I wanted to do my own thing, because I was promoting, without any names, somebody else's book, and
Yeah.
I was promoting somebody else's products, which isn't bad, but I need to have my own following. I need to have my own position. If you notice, the certain individual doing that had their own program, their own calls, their own personal development platform, and that's how they were succeeding. I would say to all the entrepreneurs out there, you can do network marketing and succeed at it. I believe in that. Any company, provided it's legal. Any company, provided it's legal, if you have your own online presence, your own website, your own book, your own show.
Yes, I agree with you, Kareem. And that's the main focus of why I'm doing the Entrepreneur Power Hour. Kareem and I were sitting around one night. We were talking about music. We were just shooting the breeze, and this light bulb went off in my head. And I'm like, Kareem. He's like, "What's up, man?" I said, "Let's start a live YouTube show." And I came up with the name, the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and Kareem thought it was brilliant. And we've been building from there. We've got over 2,000 subscribers on YouTube in less than 7 months. You know, that's incredible. We've got almost 150,000 views now, or over 100,000. And it's just going to keep growing from there. Now, that's progress, and those are results that I've been able to see as a result of my hard work. Now, when I was selling this crap, I wasn't getting those results. I wasn't getting the results that I'm getting now in terms of feeling like I'm fulfilled and feeling like I'm really doing something good for people. Yes, I know the products were great and a lot of people enjoyed them, but this has a lot more intrinsic value to me. What do you think, Josh?
Well, anytime you build your own thing, it's going to feel good, you know, and there's value in that. And I've always told people that if you want to make a lot of money, find something that you're passionate about, because then it doesn't bother you to work hard. You know what I mean? Working hard is not a drain, because you like it, because you enjoy what you're doing. And so and some people love network marketing, they love it, and so that's how they pick their passion. Like my friend Lennon, you know, who's probably the richest person I know. He loves network marketing. You know, that's what he's passionate about. He's passionate about building teams and network marketing, and he was tremendously successful. But if you're not passionate about network marketing or the product, you're just kind of, you know, selling it to sell it, it will be hard, not because it's hard to do it, but it's hard to get up every day. And sales has a lot of rejection built into the profession, but it's hard to get up every day and sell something if you're not passionate about it, you know. And I got another friend who's extremely successful in a company called Relive. But Relive saved this guy's life. He had open heart surgery a couple of times. I mean, he was in really bad shape, and this product saved his life. And all he did was just share his passion with people, and they signed up. You know, and so it just depends on where your passion is. You know, if you're passionate about it, you will succeed. And so if you're passionate about Power Hour, you will succeed. I'm passionate about video. That's why I've succeeded. And it sounds like Cindy's passionate about the supplements, because she's in a similar situation to my friend, in that it really helped her, and so she's got that fire, she's got that passion.
Absolutely. I think that's where wherever your heart lies is what you should be doing. Is that what you're saying, Josh?
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome. Kareem, what about you? Kareem? Oh, his internet froze. You there, Kareem?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, I just asked you what you thought of what we're talking about.
I think definitely, like Josh is saying, I didn't really have any passion, and the products aren't bad, but I wasn't in love with them. I haven't found a product that I was in love with, and I think that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm in love with this. I get up and think about different ways to make it better. Even if I don't get the success I want, I still come up and think ways to get better, where as network marketing, a couple months would go by, or a year, and I'd say, I'm not making money. I'm done.
But just to say something, I want to echo that. If you're doing something and you're not making money and you're not passionate about it, there's nothing wrong with quitting. You know what I mean? But if you're passionate about it and you're not making money, then it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because you still love it. Like, I remember when I first started my career, I wasn't making very much money at all. You know, but I loved doing what I was doing, and so I just followed that all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Josh, what is it exactly that you do so people can know what you do? What do you do, Josh?
So I create video marketing strategies that increase revenue specifically.
Okay. How does that work?
So I go into companies and I look at how can videos increase the bottom line, and then we develop a strategy, and then we create those. And I also do a lot of high-end media. I worked on a television show. I'm doing a lot of just media, anything that has to do with media. I create. I have a celebrity package that I create. So if somebody wants to overnight become like a celebrity, so I work with a lot of up-and-coming mentors, and I have a celebrity package that we develop for them so that overnight they want to start charging for their services, right? They want to start charging people to come to their events. But when you look at their Facebook or their website, they look like a regular person, right? And so people have a harder time paying money to go see regular people than they have paying money to see somebody who looks like a very big deal, right? And so we develop a brand and an image that represents somebody that there's value in paying for, right? I mean, if you look at my Facebook, I don't know how many of us are connected on Facebook. I know I'm connected with Kareem and Chris here, but you know, that says, you know, that if you're going to work with me, you're going to pay me, right? And so that's what I develop for people. I develop a brand that says, you know, if you want to do business with me, you're going to pay me, but it's going to be worth it. So that's kind of a roundabout thing of what I do. I do a lot of things, but that's kind of a...
Hey, Chris, you remember that really nice video with the one lady, the announcer lady?
The one that you did?
Well, I didn't really do it. Josh actually asked me, and I was like, okay, yeah. Just one day out of the blue, we reconnected, and he had the idea for the video, and I said, oh, wow, yeah, let's do a video like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So that's mainly, that was pretty much all him, like, you know, other than I think the syndication of it. He does, somebody else does like the SEO stuff, but he does like the camera person and all that, and getting a lot of people like really, really looking like they're professional, either celebrities or business people. Which is pretty awesome when you're starting out too. I think it actually, celebrities is one thing because people know who you are. You know what I mean? You can do a commercial for Coca-Cola and be okay.
Yeah.
For the next, you know, 10, 20, you know, years. But I think for a regular person like the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and they come to you and say like, I need a video made, and then some people start to watch it and they're like, oh, these guys are really for real. I didn't know how they got professional so fast, or they're definitely making a ton of money. I have to go see what they're doing. And that's why I like it, because people think automatically off the bat that you're a super professional dude just killing it.
Yeah, everything, I mean, not everything, but a lot of business and pricing and stuff like that is perception, right? And so, I mean, I'll just take a moment here to think about The Biggest Loser. Are you guys familiar with that TV show?
Yes.
So those trainers, the trainers on The Biggest Loser, the first two trainers, now they mixed it up because they found out that what was happening. They're the highest paid trainers on earth. And now you got to ask yourself, are they actually better than everybody else? Not really. I mean, if I was a personal trainer, I could watch the exact exercises that they do on the show, and I could train people with those exact exercises, right? But the perception based on the media, and that is what I do, media, is that they are the best, and that's why they're paid the most. And it's all perception. I mean, those are just two trainers they just pulled out of a gym in California, you know, and they said, hey, you want to be part of the show? And they became superstars, the first two, you know. And then, yeah, and I still see commercials with them on it all the time. And so it's all about perception. Pricing your business is about quality as part of it, but it's also about perception. Take that again to Breitling watches. Does everybody know what Breitling watches are? They start at about $5,000. They're on.
No, that I don't.
John Travolta they paid John Travolta to do the marketing for it, so he's on all the billboards, and Breitling watches are very expensive watches. And the only difference between a very expensive watch, you can say Rolex if you want, you can say Rolex. The only difference between a very expensive watch and a watch that costs about $200 to $300, the quality is not that different. I mean, the quality is minusculely better, but it's the marketing budget. the Rolex is the best and most expensive watch in the world because they spent $1 billion on marketing saying that we're the best in the world. And so that's what media can do. Media is perception, and that's why they can charge the most.
I just wanted.
I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead, Cindy.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on what you all were saying before, but like, you know, if you're passionate about what you're doing, it's okay not to quit, even if you're not making money. Like in my case, for instance, you know, I'm going to be taking the products no matter what, so I might as well be in it to see if anyone else needs what needs it too. You know what I mean? I might as well be able to share it and sell it to someone else if they need it. So that's one good example right there of why you wouldn't quit. You know, if you're going to be taking the products anyway yourself, then you might as well be in it just in case someone else wants it, and in case you do have a chance to make some money since you're taking the products anyway.
I agree.
Totally agree.
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, I was just going to say I totally agree. Totally agree. There's a real opportunity there, and especially if you are passionate about the products, and I mean, there's a real opportunity there for you.
And I knew someone who had Crohn's disease, and that's another example. Like your friend, he's in a company where the products he took saved his life too. So there's a lot of those stories there.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, so that's why he's in it probably. And I decided to join what I'm in because it's customized. I liked that idea, and I thought it'd be fun to take the health assessment to see what products would be recommended for me. And you just say to someone, ask someone to take the health assessment. A lot of people might like that, you know. They'll see that it's designed specifically for them. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ID Life seems to have a really fantastic business model, and that health assessment that you get people to take is so in depth. Like I've seen it, and it really is customized nutrition for the person's needs. But again, like I say, the products definitely have to work. And the good thing about ID Life is if there's something you don't like, you can return it and get a refund. Hey, it does exist. You know, so I think that if a company is going to be successful, they have to offer that refund policy. They cannot say, well, no, we don't want to give you a refund. I mean, that's going to turn people off instantly to buying a product from that company. It does for me. I mean, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's going to say that or think that, hey, this company doesn't offer a refund policy. Well, that's bogus. You know, so I think that's very that sets ID Life apart from many other health and wellness companies. It also sets it apart because of the health assessment and things like that. So I am definitely going to be looking into it once I have some money to invest in it. What do you think, Kareem?
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm not making promises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess to get back to the core value, yeah, I think it's sometimes how you perceive something is more than the actual sometimes value of it, which is why I try to convey that not only is something valuable that I'm trying to do, but I try and appear in the best way possible so people will get excited about it. And I can definitely see that in all types of marketing, that a lot of people, this is the best product that there is. And for me, I'm okay with that, but I want to make sure that it really is the best product that it is. And in this case, it's the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and I want to make the most interesting content I can with all the resources I can. I really do want to stand by that claim.
Yeah.
Not just because I put $1 billion behind it, but because I really believe in it.
Yep. Yes, and that's why we do this. You know, it's the belief we have in the show, the belief we have in each other, because we're best friends, we're brothers, we're here for each other, and we had this, like I said before, we had this brainchild of an idea, and we said, let's do this, and who cares how long it takes? Let's just build a YouTube show that's one of the biggest shows on the internet, and that's our goal, Josh. We want to get to 100,000 subscribers as soon as possible. and then then we get that silver plaque from YouTube. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment when they say something like that, right? And then once you get to 1 million, you get a gold plaque with congratulations on 1 million subscribers. That's going to be big milestones for us. Even 10,000 is going to be a milestone. So we're really excited to reach those milestones. But I know that in order to get there, we have to keep providing quality content and new, fresh ideas and a number of different people, much like yourself, Josh. And we really appreciate you being here tonight. We want you here as much as possible because you're such a world-renowned man in the entrepreneurial field. You're very influential, and we love learning from you, man. You're an awesome guy. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here tonight.
Well, I like your program, and I think what you guys are doing is cool. I do have one. I didn't know that's what was your goal, to grow it like that. I do have one suggestion, if that is your ambition.
Mm-hmm.
I would do a small investment into a quality, just for you and Kareem, a quality camera, a quality, what do you call it, webcam, right? Mm-hmm. And then I would create a background. I would create an interesting background that, and I would maybe it's something that you could even slide in behind you, and maybe it just says, just make it interesting. I mean, look at other successful internet shows, right? And so it doesn't look like, and I know you're just beginning, but it doesn't look like they're just, winging it in their office, like I'm in my office right now, and it's fine for the participants to do that, but I mean, there's real value in just taking a small step into making it just look a little bit cleaner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you'll get a lot more. I mean, it'll feel more professional. I'm trying to think of an example. There was this one kid, and he started his own news show, and then and now he does pretty good for himself on YouTube. I can't remember his name, but anyways, look at the people that do it. There's some people that just go by whatever, but if you just take that one simple step. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. Anyways, this guy's in his office, but he specifically positioned. Oh, I exited out already. Anyways, he specifically positioned his camera in his office, and he had these kind of like posters behind him, cleverly set, and they had a message. Like one of them was "Think Big" or something like that. You know what I mean? So like right there in your, I can't see your image anymore, Chris. But I know you probably love. Go back to your camera, Chris.
I'm on camera right now.
Oh, I can't. I wonder why I can't see you. Why am I looking at? Okay, there I am. Yeah, so I would just for fun. This is just a fun thought, is all. I would position your camera so you're looking almost right directly into it when you're talking.
Yes, I usually do that. Yeah, it's on top of my TV tonight because I got a 41-inch TV.
Nice.
It's beautiful. It's high definition TV. But my camera's on top up here. Usually I have it sitting down right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then put some inspirational stuff behind you. I mean, just if you want, just for the Power Hour show or something like that.
Okay.
That's just food for thought. I mean, if it was me, and I wanted to do it big, I would.
Yes. No, that's that's good. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get a board to slide behind me with the Entrepreneur Power Hour on it or something. No, that's a great idea, actually, Josh. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start making some backgrounds as well on my computer and throwing some stuff like behind me and some posters and some things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'll definitely add to it. Yeah, and actually, now that I think of it, it will, because just looking at like a regular bedroom or a regular living room, people are like, oh, okay, he's a regular guy. And then you put the inspiration of, oh, wait, he's not just a regular guy. He has a bunch of stuff behind him.
Yeah, I mean, you try to do your best to make it look like a set. I mean, just turn one wall in your room, office, or something like that into your background, and it's kind of like a set, And you do it for really inexpensive. I mean, out of the gate, you can do it for super cheap. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I plan on doing. Can I do a quick call to action to end the show?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead.
I do have a high definition webcam, Josh, but I don't know how powerful it is on the Google Hangouts.
Okay, and everybody.
Oh, right now the camera that you're using is a high def. Oh, go ahead. Go do the call to action. Close out the show, and then I'll talk to you.
Okay. Kareem, we can't see your screen yet. show us his screen here. I don't know what's going on. Raheem? We lost him, I think.
I'm here.
Okay, well, we can't see anything.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because I added new stuff to this today. So I want to see if it comes up. I hope I didn't knock the web server. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that.
Oh, there we go.
I was working on getting it up there.
That's cool, man. I like that background.
Yeah. So, yeah. I could actually do something with that.
I like it. I like the shades, Kareem.
Sorry, I had to restart the web server on my site. Because I was coding in it today, and I changed one little thing. So I apologize about that.
No problem.
Topic will be about, and a trailer video me and Chris do. And this is actually why I had to reset. I was doing some changes. This is what my membership site looks like.
Yeah, I've seen this. It's cool.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you've seen it? Everyone's seen it? Well, yeah, I guess just the slight changes I've made. Okay. So if you come in here, you'll see like a slider. There'll be a video. There'll be broadcasts. There's going to be podcasts where I'll have the interviews. There'll be a boot camp. I'm going to try and make some exclusive videos to this to show you real quick. Here's the profile. Here's what it looks like. It's similar to like a Facebook idea. You can come in, put your profile up, what you do. Do you have a job? Do you have a business? Where are you at? Who would you like to be mentored by? This can give people an idea of who you want to work with. Also, there's activity like a Facebook feed, which I've been messing with a lot. You can make friends. You can have groups. You can follow people.
That's
You
cool.
can also, I put a gallery in. You can post pictures. I don't know if I'm going to keep this because I could see this a lot if a lot of people post pictures, but it's an idea. You can send mail. Like, you can literally compose stuff like in Fiverr or Facebook. There's alerts when stuff happens, and there's like a lounge. So if I'm having a live training, I can say live training in 10.
It's cool.
If I want to talk to somebody, like if Chris got on, which we've chatted on here, which is kind of interesting when it's your site and you're chatting with people. It feels kind of fun. You can chat with them. I can say hi, and I can also go to his profile. I can send mail. I can say, hey, I can see what he's up to. I can see like different alerts, things like that. So that's real quick. If I want to find someone on here, I just go to Find Entrepreneurs, and these are some of the people that have joined up here, and I can just see their names, who they are. If I click on a specific letter, I can see who under that letter, whose name comes up. And there's also a forum. But the biggest thing I'm excited about, that's kind of the shell of it. That's kind of what people, they wouldn't pay for that just by itself, but that's the social community interaction I want to create. Let's say you can't come on to the Power Hour. You're too busy, because I have people tell me they're too busy, which, fine, but you can get on here at any time and connect with people. Then there's some of our best broadcasts. We had like 10 to 7 people on these. They're pretty good. There's a slider here. I just put that in. That's why I had to restart the web server. And that slider, you can go, it's kind of a cool little thing, catches people's eye. And then I'm going to put in exclusive interviews. I'm going to put I'll put the one we did, Josh, up here soon. I'm going to also have a way to get featured on one of these two. I'll have specific videos, like a boot camp, that maybe me, Chris, and some friends might make. That'll be exclusively on here. I'm going to do a live training once it launches, and I plan on putting some products and some courses in here, but I haven't yet, and some applications to help people. And I was going to just, start people off with a trial of $1, and then I think the idea was like maybe 20 some a month, but I'll make sure that there's tons of content on here before I do that. But that's my big dream. Like, Chris had the brainchild of the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and I said, well, if people can't interact 24/7, how could you get people to work with you 24/7? How could you make a community like Facebook? Because Facebook has a community, LinkedIn has a community, Google Plus, they'll have their communities. And my question was, if you have your own community of people who are inspired to do what you're doing, then you can really change kind of the face of the earth in that sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Cheryl and Rick.
Cheryl and Rick are back.
Yay!
Yay. So, but the main prerogative of this is to create a community. It's to create a real community of people on here that are learning from content, that are connecting, and that are expressing their creative endeavors like we did. And I think this is kind of my real big driving force. I'm working on this.
Oh, he was getting down me.
Oh, Kareem, you're lagging bad.
You lag.
I could definitely. What do you think, Josh? As an idea, not as a finished product. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's the start of something. It's cool.
No, we've been working really hard on it, Josh. I mean, this is something that and that idea you had for us to have a background behind us that says the Entrepreneur Power Hour, is there a way I can do that with a program so that once I start a broadcast, I can load that background into my video feed?
There are, but it's not ever going to look good. You might as well just do a real background.
Just get a billboard. We could get one at Walmart and just put the Entrepreneur Power Hour behind it, or do something.
Or
I'm
even,
sure I could.
I mean, as you're starting out, you could just do a blue. Even if you just did a blue sheet, like a dark navy sheet from Walmart. Is this stuff going to be on the whole podcast? I mean, this is kind of nuts and bolts stuff. We should probably talk about afterwards.
Okay, yeah. We'll do that afterwards. But yeah, we're definitely gonna spice up everything. We're gonna make it look as strong and as professional as possible every day. I'm working. I think the essence of the core value here is every day I'm working to make this a little bit better than it was before. And once I get to the day where there's tons of content here, there's people that are on the Hangouts consistently, and it's just blowing up, then I'll really feel excited because my mission, my dream will have come.
Yeah.
Chris's dream will have come to fruition. And then I'll work even harder.
Yep, we
Yeah.
will. Yeah, absolutely.
This is the start of something pretty awesome. And
Yep.
I actually want to give you a account, Josh, so you can get in here and see what I'm
What we're
posting and
doing,
everything.
we'd love to have your input, and any help you could offer us would be awesome, Josh.
Yeah, just shoot me over the email that gets the directions and stuff like that, and we'll do it.
But yeah, definitely this is the start of an awesome community. I hope people can look back at this and be like, yeah, that was a great idea. And there's like hundreds of people chatting, like great training. And I learned so much. And the money's just kind of a side product of that. But
Right.
that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Kareem, and I guess Rick and Cheryl have joined us for coming to the Entrepreneur Power Hour tonight. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday night. Same
All
time,
right.
same channel.
Sounds good, buddy. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Okay.